guy that's always where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there, doing what he's supposed to do, and he's one of those guys that does that for us. I think any really high end ability, and has flashed and had some incredible moments. I think him trying to find that elite consistency in his game. But, I think both of those guys, if you physically saw where those guys went this offseason, I think that would just alone, you'll be really excited about what those two look like and really the time and the effort that they put into maximizing their full potential.
As a coach, do you prefer a team that goes into a season, maybe can sneak up on some people, maybe not be expected to do a whole lot? Or as a coach, like this season, expectations are through the roof. Mm-hmm. How do you evaluate that as a coach, and do you prefer one or the other?
I don't know if I prefer or have ever really thought about preferring one or the other. I think, every team is different. And the reality is you want to look at what does that team have, where have they been, and how do you maximize their full potential? And literally, that's all I ever think about. So, I think from my end of things, our coaching staff's end of things, everybody within the organization's end of things, it's always about how do we reach our full potential rather than worrying about what are the expectations, what are people saying about us positively or negatively. And I jokingly always say this, like, man, if we ever worried about what everybody said about Iowa State football, we would have never got off the ground. So, I think we just keep worrying about ourselves and figuring out how we can be the best version of us we can be.
In past years, this would probably be a question that gets asked a lot when there wasn't as much depth, but freshmen, how have those guys looked since they got here? Some in January, some over the summer. Who's sticking out so far in camp?
Yeah, again, I think one of the things about this freshman class, and here's where it's been almost enjoyable to recruit this class in this 2022 class, is you're kind of doing it the old-fashioned way, like how you should do it, off of videotape evidence. You didn't get to go watch these guys run a 40 at camp. You kind of watch these guys like play football, and I think one of the pleasant surprises we've had in this current freshman class that just got here is there's a lot of good football players. And I think, can some of those guys help us? We'll see. What's the next 2 weeks look like? We'll see. Would I say, all around collectively, one of the most impressive classes that we've put together? I'd say I feel really confident about saying that right now. I think there's every position group's got a player or two that have come in, maybe even exceeded our early expectations of where they would be as freshmen. I think we went back to that model, though, of what's the videotape evidence say? Recruit young men from great high school football programs and recruit guys that fit our culture. And, when the world got chaotic and we couldn't go to camps, everybody freaked out, we just kind of hung back into what's our value system. And I think that really helped us, and especially this class. I think what we'll see at some point here is this is going to prove to be a pretty special freshman class. And, we're certainly excited to have those guys because I think it even has created some depth and competition early on in fall camp for everybody to be well aware of. So.
You addressed Lawrence White moving on 2 questions ago. Juan Amos, is he one of the guys that's in that mix to help out?
Oh, I would definitely say yes. Jaquan got here in May, and Jaquan, obviously a guy that I think any time that you play for a really good football program and then in a really good conference and have had really meaningful quality reps. Jaquan's played corner, he's played safety, he's played nickel, and he's played a ton as a true freshman on in his career. I think Jaquan's a guy that comes in and certainly brings a sense of veteranness. You got Greg back there, you got Ashim that played some last year, obviously, and then you bring a guy like Jaquan that brings some more veteranness. I think it only continues to add to the competition in that secondary. So we're really glad Jaquan's with us, excited about what he's shown already. And, again, those are great competitions that through fall camp, it'll be fun to watch that safety group continue to evolve. Yep.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.